Hey, good morning. Let me carry on from where I left the other day, talking about the importing of the raster image into the model space and generating um, a 3D from there. But I just showed you in brief how to organize the raster image, copy it from a PDF document, and then or clip it from um, a PDF document and import it into the model space and work with it. So today, without delay, I'll just show you how to organize your drawing space and to create the environment for you to uh, start working with your 3D. Um, this will be the view that you will have on your screen, uh, which shows the different types of this. This is the drafting and annotation view, which we have been using, and basically looks like this on 3D. I like to work with this view. This is what I've been working with, but on 3D, it's better for you to use, with AutoCAD 2017, it's now easier for you to work with the different work environment or workspace. You have 3D basics that look something like this, where you can also create the different types of shapes. I think in the video that I had with you in class, shows you how to generate the different geometries with this. And also you can, the main command that I want to show you today is basically extruding the rectangles or the shapes that you have and generate um, the 3D from there. So as I said, I like to work with the drafting and annotation because that's what I'm used to. But if you prefer to use one of these, you can go ahead and use it, but make it easy for me to interact with you. Let me just keep it as this, and you will find that I will alter from each of these views from time to time just to make it more clear for you, make it, excuse me, make do it faster in the process. Anyway, just a quick with the 2D process, you'll find that you have the different shapes here, and then you can create the shapes. I'm just creating a rectangle for now, and this could be the finished work that you've done. I have completed this project, which looks something like this on floor plan. I'll come to that later on. You have to use a very good computer with a faster processor so it doesn't go uh, face the challenges I'm having at the moment. So this is the 2D. If you have the different views, you can now set up the view into. So I like to work with the menu bar. That's the most important tool I come to know in working with 3D. So I use that often. If you follow this process, then this is what I use. Okay, it looks something like this, and this is the 2D object. You can always extrude the walls after you've done. You can do this for the same for the columns or the different geometries, extruding it in the direction, following the path. Just estimating this for now, but when you are actually working with the object that you have, make sure to have the correct dimensions or the height or the width. This is a rectangle. You see that it's a solid view, and I'm changing this visual style so I can easily work with it. It's now an X-ray. Let me go back to the shape. I'm trying to put a window through here. Sometimes you can use a line, a construction line. It's just a guide for you to offset or to move from there until you get the correct uh, position of the window. For now, I'm just using this as an example. So I'm um, putting the lines in the middle just to center this rectangle that I'll be drawing. You can see that the once I'm working with this, the orientation of the axis is showing on the side here. Z is going up, X this direction, and Y that direction. That's also very important when you're constructing shapes or geometries in in 3D. If you don't understand this, then it will be very challenging. And because for now it's showing this, you can only drag the size or work with the size of the shapes that you create based on the X and Y axis, because that's the 2 points that you first draw, which is the X axis and Y axis. And then the Z axis is where you input to generate the depth or the height of the object. So I'm just using this as an example. So I'm drawing this small cube here as a window. It will be a window through the wall, and I'll extrude it again. Negative direction. Maybe leave it here for now. Moving this window to the center. Oh, I made a mistake. What you see? What I've done here is the size of this window is, especially the width, is smaller than the size of the wall. And when that happens, and you try to subtract, let me just do it so you get what I mean. If you put it in here, you'll find that the window, the object that I have is inside the wall. Can you see? So if I try to subtract this, subtract the object, which is this, and subtract the object from, let me just view it again. It's inside the wall, so it's very difficult to subtract. What I'm gonna do is push it a bit out using the X-ray view, so it's outside of the wall. Make sure to have the object that you are trying to subtract from, it overlaps the size of the wall. In that way, it will be easy to subtract the object from. And now you can see that even though I cut the hole through the wall, the hole is not complete to the other side of the, doesn't go through to the other side of the object. Can you see? It stops there. Maybe I put it under another realistic view so you understand what I'm trying to say. Visual style, realistic, or doesn't give the color is the same. So that's the challenge you have. So you can see this hole is punched through but doesn't go through to the other side. Just because the size of the rectangle, small rectangle, is smaller in terms of its depth against the wall. So I'll do that again, and then make a bigger rectangle or a larger rectangle, and that way it will have a hole through the wall for us. So I'm increasing the size of the size of the thickness of this rectangle, and so that it can go through the wall. As I said, for your exercise, make sure to give the correct dimensions. Now using this and bring it back. Important to give the correct dimensions per the instructions on the brief or the sheet that were given to you. There are no dimensions, but the estimates that you generated from your 2D. They should be the same. Okay, now I have now positioning this cube. You can see there is an overlap on this side from this wall, and there's an overlap on the other side. Let me take another view. So just rotate the view, orbit the view, so you can see. That's what I mean. It overlaps on both sides. Okay, now it's easy to subtract this object. Maybe I'll bring it to the center. The reason why I created this line using this center line. So I can place it directly in the center. So this is my construction line. Any other lines that you might not use, you can delete after you have finished working with them. Okay, let me rotate it again to see. Yeah, see, you can see now it's overlapping. So this cube is in the center. To make it easy for us, I'm just changing the color of this so that it gives a clear picture of the different two different rectangles. Just deleting these lines. So now I have the cube approximately on in the center. So let me subtract this. Command subtract, enter, select the object to subtract from, which is this. And this is the object to subtract. So this is the small cube, 3D, the red 3D, and it's gone. Now you can see a hole through the wall. So that is how you create the windows and subtracting shapes from a hole. And you can apply the same technique on other geometries as well. And you can use the addition or subtraction. Addition is to join two objects that are separate to become one. And subtraction is to subtract the object from a whole. So that's the same technique you can use to work with the rest of your shapes on the model until you create the object or the shape that will look exactly like what you want. And you can place this onto the shape. Once you have note that any shape that is on the model, it can only be extruded when it's a solid or it's a complete entity. So in most cases, if you for example, if I want to extrude this line, let me just extrude the wall from here. I click on it and just extruding the separate line. You find that it's showing a face. It's one line. It doesn't have the whole wall. So it's better to always make the wall a complete wall before, I mean, a complete hole before you start extruding. And for most of the rectangles of the objects, you can use the polyline to make them complete. For example, if I'm drawing a shape, you can now see that it's a complete rectangle. You can use that, or you can use the shapes that are here, the different geometries. And you find, if I now extrude this shape, it's a complete or entity, and it's showing this one is not closed. That's the reason why it's not showing the solid, but it's showing a face. So now I'm connecting them with this gap. If I extrude again, you see if now it's a solid. So when you're working with solid, make sure it's a closed. It has a closed gap, or it's a whole object before you start extruding them. So you can create any shapes with this same technique. I hope this is clear. Once you finish your work and do it properly, it might look something like this. And this is how you can view your building in different views, so you can orbit around to see you finish your work. So this is the for this project, this is where I want you to be, or I want you to complete at least, and to show you just the techniques on how to complete your project up to this stage. And the next session, then we will talk about how to plot this. I think that's all I want to talk about. And if you have any comments, you can always leave it in the comments below. And also personal message me, and if I can answer you in time, I'll get back to you. Thank you, and we'll see you again in our next meet. Thank you.